Did you know that John Lennon left behind a body of work that has never been fully released? His poetry? Not lyrics, not music, but raw, surreal, and often hilarious poetry. Today, we're opening a door into one of Lennon's most underrated creative outlets. This is the story of John Lennon's unreleased poetry, a hidden treasure. John's flair for wordplay started long before Beatlemania. At Liverpool College of Art, Lennon would write satirical poems and nonsensical stories to make his classmates laugh. He adored Lewis Carroll and Edward Lear, masters of whimsy and absurdity. This influence came to life in his 1964 book, In His Own Right, a bizarre, brilliant collection of short stories and poems, followed a year later by A Spaniard in the Works. But even those books only scratched the surface. What many fans don't know is that John continued to write poetry well into the Beatles' later years, and even during his Lost Weekend in the 1970s. Some of it has surfaced in private collections and auction catalogs, lines scrawled on hotel stationery, backs of receipts, and journals. A few poems are filled with biting satire. Others reveal a deeply emotional, vulnerable side of Lennon, especially following his separation from Yoko. But most of these remain unreleased, known only through accounts from friends or rare glimpses shown in documentaries. Lennon's poems weren't written for the stage. He wasn't trying to craft radio hits. These were private bursts of thought, often dark, funny, and brutally honest. In one unpublished piece, he describes fame as a glass box that cracks if you breathe. Another poem reads like a letter to a younger version of himself asking, "Is it enough to laugh if no one hears it?" Even when his music was silent, his pen was never still. According to Yoko Ono, John would often read his poems aloud to her at night. She described them as music without notes. So where are these poems now? Some are archived in the Lennon estate. Others are believed to be in the hands of collectors. A few lines appeared in the John Lennon anthology box set booklet, but a full release never materialized. Yoko has hinted at future plans to publish more of John's writings, possibly as part of an expanded art retrospective. Until then, we're left with breadcrumbs, haunting, humorous, deeply human fragments of a genius mind. John Lennon's unreleased poetry offers us something rare, a view into the man behind the myth. No guitar, no fans, just words. It's a reminder that his genius wasn't limited to melodies. It flowed from his mind in every form, even in silence. And maybe one day, we'll get to read every last word.